Hi guys, my name is Gary Yeoman. I'm the National Sales Manager for NeXus RV. Today I'm excited. I'm down here at Zoomer's RV to go over our Super C lineup that they carry down here. Guys, we've been in the business since 2010. We're celebrating 15 years of business this year. And out front here, I'm in front of our beautiful Rebel product. This is on the Chevy platform. What's cool about this 28R floor plan is this is the shortest Super C in the tire industry. This comes in under 30 foot. So you're talking about something for national and state parks. This is 29 foot, 1 inches, bumper to bumper inside this coach. What's cool about it being on the Chevy platform is it's the only Super C out there with OnStar safety, right? So you have roadside collision as well on that OnStar system. As I go to the side of this coach here on the Chevy 5500 chassis, this is a 4x4, right? So great for parking out in gravel lots such like this, or if you're going to be at dirt bike trails or quad racing trails where you're going to be parking in just grass areas, you throw on that 4x4 switch, you won't get stuck somewhere. Okay, on the side of this coach, you guys see our beautiful blue paint job. We're partnered with Sherwin-Williams on all of our paints. This is not decaled. That's all masked and baked right into the side of the coach. The next layer underneath that paint is going to be our first layer of fiberglass. And then we're partnered with Azdel. No one else uses more Azdel in the Class C or Super C segment than NeXus. We actually use 5 layers of it. And that's the first layer that you'll see right on the sidewall. The next is what makes NeXus NeXus, right? That is our high strength, low alloy steel cage system. Why we choose that? It's 72% stronger and safer than any other cage construction out there compared to aluminum. Why that's important? When you're loading up your family inside this coach and driving down the highway, God forbid you got in a side impact or a branch comes down, what would you rather be in? Steel cage or aluminum, right? Also, when you think about securing seat belts or securing cabinetry or other mechanisms inside the coach, we are bolting and screwing right into steel instead of aluminum, which will bore out over time. Up front here inside the Chevy chassis, I love this cockpit because it feels just like a normal pickup truck inside this. And you don't have a massive overhang of that cab, right? It's not sticking out all the way to the hood inside this unit. So with the OnStar inside here, you also have airbags inside these seats for safety mechanisms, as well as this comes with Sirius XM radio. Okay, on the side of this coach, you guys will see a natural trend with our storage underneath here. You have your batteries first for your camp batteries on this side. You have a massive propane tank back here for a quick connect hookup for your grill. And then as I go back here for your storage bays, you're going to see galvanized steel storage bays. Why that's important to us is we do this instead of plastic, right? On average, the camper takes about $6,000 worth of camping supplies with them. You wouldn't tape $6,000 check or cash to the bottom of your chassis and feel safe with that driving down the road. We want to make sure those are protected in a steel-based system. They don't make safes out of plastic, right? They make them out of steel. As you're driving down the road and you see rock chip up, if you're hitting that rotocast or plastic bays, those rocks will just chip away and deteriorate that bay over time, making it not have the same integrity as it once did when it came off the line. So we believe in this galvanized steel bay system. Back here, you'll see another galvanized steel bay with storage over the top of the C-rails. We enclose everything in our galvanized steel bays, even your plumbing, your black, your gray tank, even your flush system, which no one else does. Why is that important? Those are just PVC piping. If you were backing up at a camp spot late at night and hit a stump, you're going to wipe out your whole flush system if not. What's great about this 28R floor plan is, once again, there is no slide on this unit, so you get the massive full wall awning on this side. You don't have slides to dunk underneath. As I go up front here to point out some of our utilities, NeXus is with Fogati on-demand hot water on every single one of our units. Why that's important is it's much easier to winterize, and you don't have to wait for your hot water tank to heat up, right? That'll shoot out 3 gallons of hot water every minute, compared to a 6-gallon tank that could take 15 to 20 minutes just to start utilizing it. Let's go take a look at the driver's side. All right, guys, here on the driver's side of the NeXus 28R, I want to show you a lot of the utility that you'll use when you first get to your campground here. So first, diesel-wise, you have 2 diesel tanks on side this coach. The rear is a 40, the front is a 25 tank. So you have 65 total gallons up front there. Those are connected with the automatic transfer pump. So the rear tank will constantly be feeding the front tank up front. In the back here, this is going to be your electric bay. This is where your 50 amp cord will be stored inside here, as well as your 1000 watt inverter. As I move back in this coach, you'll see your plumbing bay here. Once again, completely enclosed and galvanized, right? We take our furnace and run ducky lines down into your plumbing and your black and gray tank bays to give you that Four Seasons camp feel instead of those 12-volt sticky pads over time, right? Those 12-volt sticky pads, if they're exposed to the elements, you're losing all that heat while you're driving down the road, just blowing away. We don't believe in that. As I move forward here, you'll see another storage area. Once again, outlining our galvanized steel. And then up front here on the NeXus Rebel, you're going to have your 8,000 watt diesel generator on this unit. What's cool about the diesel generator system is it comes with automatic generator start. Why that's important? You can set it to battery voltage, run time, run duration, and temperature. Battery voltage is very important, so if you ever leave your camper starts tripping below 13 or 12, whatever you set that voltage to, it'll kick the generator on to charge those batteries to keep your refrigerator running so your food doesn't go bad. Likewise with the temperature setting. If you go on a hike or go down a lake to go fishing and you leave your dog inside the unit, you can set that to 68 degrees. And if heat ever starts trying to go above 68 degrees, the unit will kick the generator on, which will ignite the air conditioners to start cooling that unit. Let's go take a look at the inside of this coach. Hi guys, welcome inside the NeXus 28R. Wanted to show a couple key components on the inside of this coach. First up front is your big cab over bunk and mattress. We run our steel framing all the way through this horseshoe, so you still have over 1,800 pounds of cargo carrying capacity up here on top of this unit. As you look at the campsite or the driver's side of this unit, you'll see first you have your jackknife sofa. You have the option to also do theater seating reclining here in its place. As you go back, you have your dinette. That dinette also makes into a bed, and underneath each one of those booths is empty cavities for crockpot storage or other camping supplies. Up top here inside your cabinetry, you're seeing another one of our interior options. This is our coastal package. So it's a nice driftwood color cabinetry up top with a deep navy blue furniture to offset those tones. All of our cabinet doors are hardwood cabinet doors. And as you open them up, we double strut each one of these. That's to keep camping supplies from coming out or these doors opening while you're driving down the road. As you look at the kitchen here, you have a massive L-shaped kitchen with a ton of prep space. NeXus is about the only ones that is using a 3-burner cooktop, so you could still utilize a lot of cooking functions there. And then on top of that is our residential 1.8 cubic foot convection microwave up top. You can actually fit full cooking sheets and pizzas up top there to cook. Underneath the stovetop, you have the option to do an oven if you want to. If not, you utilize another big drawer up front there. I talked a little bit about the refrigerator on the outside of this coach, but this is the 12-volt refrigerator system that we use. What's neat about it is it's a dual hinge system. So even when the slide's in, wherever you're coming inside this unit, you have full access not only to the freezer, but the refrigerator down on the bottom. In the 28R, you get nice pantry storage space also on top, middle, and bottom. And then this is really unique, right? I said this is the shortest super seat in the industry at 29 foot 1 inch. You have washer dryer prep inside here. If you don't choose to do the washer dryer, you have stackable adjustable shelves in this unit. Okay, as we work back into the bedroom here, you have your queen bed on a flip fold mattress with overhead cabinetry up top, and each side of this base will also have 110 outlets for your CPAP machines. As you look into the bathroom here, everything we do is on porcelain toilets. You have a nice lab base with storage underneath, as well as a medicine cabinet up top. As far as heating and cooling goes inside this coach, up top here you have a 15K AC with a heat pump, and over the bed you have a 13.5K AC. What we do differently with our ducting system is underneath these vents, you'll see metal ducting. We don't bore out through foam, right? Why is that important? We want you guys to be able to service this unit over time. So if you take those vent caps off, you can shove a vacuum up top there or a dust doctor system and sweep out all the dust or the pollen that might be in the air. In the other unit, when it's foam, it'll become like a snow globe, right? And you'll rip all that foam out of the unit. Thanks for taking a look at the NeXus 28R.